Hello, welcome to another Tonalist landscape oil painting demonstration. This is your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy, and the painting I'm bringing you today is called Early Spring. It's a redo. You can see we're starting off with the glaze. That's how I like to handle a lot of these redos. Next thing I'm doing is fading out the back a little with a bit of a scumble. And this painting, interestingly, is actually already been redone once before. It looked completely different, and the original painting was kind of based on this sort of park scene that I took in England many years ago, probably back in 2012. By the way, if you hear some knocking in the background, that is the blinds knocking against the window, and it's just really hot here in New Zealand right now, so apologize for that, just bear with me. Anyway, so it was revised one time. I actually don't even know if I definitely wasn't videotaping back then, but I felt that it was still kind of flat, and the main thing I probably done to a lot of these recent revisions was to increase the amount of color, chroma, and the amount of contrast. So this painting, even though it was revised with a superior composition, which I believe was maybe influenced by Georgia Ness. Not that this actually looks like a Georgia Ness painting, but the change I made with the little tree in front of the big tree, that's a motif he would use sometimes, and I know I was influenced by that when I was looking at ways to improve this painting in the past. I did improve it. However, digging through, I thought, this needs more oomph, more pow, more zip. And so that's what I've done. Now it looks like I did a little additional glazing there on the top with some black and some purple. And again, I'm bringing in a darker color just to increase interest and contrast. So I did a couple of these in the studio today. I'm also working on some other projects. I'm working on actually some limited edition prints that are in a card type of format, and those are looking super awesome. I have been selling not limited edition, open edition prints in my studio for quite a while, pretty inexpensively, but then again, they were an open edition. But this is something new I'm trying out, and I have several different galleries and vendors out here that have been selling those for many years. But it's been like, oh my goodness, maybe 6-7 years since I first came up with the concept, and that was basically just an image that was sort of mounted or glued to a piece of map board, and nothing archival or limited about it in any way. It was just, a way for me to sell my images, and they looked okay, but this new process I'm doing looks pretty good. So I'm working on that today, but I also did a couple more of these redos. I still have, a nice box full of about, say, 70 more, maybe 60 more. So I like to roll them out. It gives me a chance, actually. You may have noticed I've rolled out some things that were some paintings from 2014 or 15. A couple new one yesterday, completely new, and I just like to mix it up, have a nice mix of things. A lot of the older ones I roll out, they're sort of targeted towards Instagram, and what I've been doing there, of course, is just putting up things that I may have already posted up on YouTube, since I've been on YouTube for about 2.5 years now, and on Instagram for about 2.5 months, right? So, by the way, if you feel like following me on Instagram, this video will be going up on Instagram, but it's going to be a 1-minute version, and I put something up on Instagram every single day. So it's at Tonalist Painter on Instagram if you want to find me there. Sometimes I actually do get some things that don't go up on YouTube, like work in progress photos and things like that aren't videos. But for the most part, there's a bit of duplication, but still worth following me there if you're digging what I do. What else is going on? So you can see we've made things lighter, we've made things darker, we're giving things more pow, more pop, and I guess I've just got a minute or so left to talk here today. This will be about a 6-minute video. One of the real interesting phenomenons in these redos is that I tend to not really know what the heck I'm going to do, other than knowing I want to increase the chroma and the contrast. So many times while I'm painting, I'd have no reference or anything. I feel a bit lost, and it's sort of a scary feeling. On the other hand, even times when I thought, oh well, I really messed that up, I really failed, I come back the next day and I go, well, that looks pretty good. It's a different approach. It's a more imaginative, really, because I'm going, well, what color can I put here? Maybe a little pink, maybe a little red, maybe some yellow, and a lot of it, of course, is keyed off that initial glaze. So I'll say in my brain before I actually start working, okay, well, I'm going to hit this with a solid glaze of burnt sienna, or I'm going to hit this with a real yellow glaze, or in some cases recently I've done phthalo blue or purple, and those are some dynamite ones that I'm looking forward to sharing with you. Anyway, see, we're getting close to the end. Thanks for joining me today. Go check out my website, landscapepainter.co.nz. You'll see a higher resolution image there. You can follow all the videos and posts there. I'll be back again, and meanwhile, take good care and stay out of trouble.